Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. Yesterday, as I'm sure you are well aware, the Supreme Court ruled that President Obama's health care plan was constitutional, and that's because it is a tax. Of course, President Obama was extremely happy.
Earlier today, the Supreme Court upheld the constitutionality of the Affordable Care Act, the name of the health care reform we passed 2 years ago.
I'm not sure what President Obama means by affordable health care. Mitt Romney says that this will cost Americans $500 billion. However, that is not my primary concern. My objection to Obamacare is that it will mandate contraceptive coverage, sterilization coverage, and even abortion drug coverage. These things are immoral. These things are not health care.
That here in America, in the wealthiest nation on earth, no illness or accident should lead to any family's financial ruin.
So how in the world does contraceptives, sterilizations, or abortifacient drugs constitute illness or accident? These are abominations in the sight of the Lord. Forcing Catholics and other denominations to pay for these things is an assault on religious freedom, and the Supreme Court has joined Congress and joined the President, and therefore all three branches now oppose the teachings of true Christianity.
Now, if you're one of the 30 million Americans who don't yet have health insurance, starting in 2014, this law will offer you an array of quality, affordable private health insurance plans to choose from.
What Obama did not say is that all of these health care plans by 2014 must cover contraception, sterilization, and abortifacient drugs. All of these are as much an assault on Christianity as, for example, those bombings in Nigeria, or the persecutions in communist China, or in Muslim countries. Now, what are all these assaults leading up to? If you read Bible prophecy, you know that the church will be destroyed in these end times. I know many Catholics have told me, what about Matthew 16:18? And I say also to you that you are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. But what are the gates of hell? The gates of hell symbolize the stronghold of Satan. And yes, the church will defeat Satan. But remember, there are 4 evil entities of the end times. There is the beast from the sea, who is the Antichrist. There is the beast from the earth, who is the false prophet. And there is the beast from the bottomless pit, which symbolizes the one world government. These 3 entities will defeat the church. Let's see what John says in the book of Revelation. Revelation 13:7. And it was given unto him. Now this him is the Antichrist, the beast from the sea, to make war with the saints. The saints symbolize the church. And to overcome them. And power was given him over every tribe, people, tongue, and nation. Incidentally, this proves that not the entire church will be raptured. Some must stay behind to make war with the Antichrist. So how do we reconcile these 2 biblical prophecies? Jesus says that the gates of hell will not prevail against his church, whereas John says the Antichrist will defeat the saints. The fact is, these are 2 different entities. The gates of hell means that Satan will lose, but the Antichrist will win. Revelation 11, verses 1 through 2. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and it was said to me, Arise and measure the temple of God, and the altar and them that adore therein. Now this temple of God is not some kind of rebuilt temple in Jerusalem. This is the body of Christ, and those that adore therein are the faithful Christians. But the court which is without the temple cast out and measure it not. Now this refers to all the externals of the church, all the convents, all the seminaries, all the high schools, all the parochial schools, all the colleges, all the orphanages. All of these externals measure not, because they will be given unto the Gentiles. And the Gentiles here are the followers of the Antichrist. And the holy city. Now the holy city in this case does not refer to Jerusalem. The holy city in the end times refers to the city of Rome and the Vatican City. They shall tread under foot 42 months. 42 months refers to the second half of the tribulation period. So here we see the dichotomy we are talking about. Those who worship at the temple of God, the body of Christ, the people, the faithful Christians, they will defeat Satan. But the court outside the temple given to the Gentiles, that is all the externals of the church, that will be defeated by the Antichrist. In Revelation 12:14 we read that although the church must flee from the Antichrist because he will be victorious, we will be protected in the desert from Satan. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle. Now the great eagle symbolizes the power of God, and John specifies 2 wings. That's because they are different. One wing represents Mary's rosary, the other represents Mary's scapular, that she might fly into the wilderness. The reason she must fly into this desert is because the Antichrist has been victorious. The one world government is in charge of the entire planet. Into her place where she is nourished for a time, times and half a time, that's 3½ years, from the face of the serpent. In other words, she is nourished or protected from Satan. And Revelation 12, verse 17, and the dragon, that is Satan, was angry with the woman. The woman represents the church and Mary, and went to make war with the rest of her seed. Her seed are the faithful Christians who keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. Incidentally, that's how we know this woman cannot be Israel, because her seed have the testimony of Jesus Christ. And of course, at the end, not only is the dragon defeated, but at the Battle of Armageddon, also the Antichrist and the one world government will also finally be defeated. So what does all this mean? This means that Barack Obama will be re-elected. He is a loyal son of the Antichrist. He is promoting the one world government agenda. Please don't think that hiding guns or hoarding gold will protect you. Jesus tells us our only response is flight. We cannot fight these end times powers. Satan will lose, but the Antichrist, the false prophet, and the one world government will be victorious. We must flee into the desert on the 2 wings of a great eagle. That great eagle, by the way, is found in Exodus, except that John says the 2 wings of an eagle. Those 2 wings represent Mary's rosary and scapular. Incidentally, did you notice that Barack Obama gave the year 2014 as the date for full implementation of his anti-Christian health care plan? If you have watched my other videos, you know that I also predict that the spring of 2014 will be the time that the Antichrist sets up the abomination of desolation. And as always, I offer a free copy of my book, Revelation Unraveled, for any of you who may be interested. You can simply write to the address you see on your screen, or leave a comment on this video and I will contact your channel.